policy in the region. Your policy is serving Russian imperialistic interests. You made yourself a victim of Russian imperialistic policy in the region. You are on the wrong side. You can't be on both sides. Take your own side. Think about your future. Unfortunately, in history, you have been always victim of big powers, and especially of Russia. Russia used you at the beginning of the 20th century, and they are trying to use you now. I mean, look at your economy. It all belongs to Russia. Russian troops are on your soil. Russians used your soil in war against Georgia. You can't betray your brothers, your sisters. Rethink your policies. Think about your future. More US congressmen and senators will start to understand what your political agenda is really about. You don't think about people who have been killed during the First World War. Because if you would think about people who were killed in First World War, you would think about all ethnic groups who have suffered. But you try to present that one ethnic group has suffered, but others didn't. This is lie. You can't lie according to Bible. You can't kill according to Bible. You are claiming to be one of the first Christian nations. You know, maybe your grandfathers would be ashamed of you. Think about it. I mean, what Jesus would say about your dirty political agenda? Where is your love? Which is basically what Christian religion is about. Where is love? Why do you spread hate? Why do you take US taxpayers' money? Why do you lobby for this dirty political game? Lobby for more US taxpayers' money to finance your dirty political agenda. That will end. You have to understand it. The world has changed. It will be very different. Those American politicians who will continue to support your dirty political agenda, they will get in real trouble with wider American public. Because in a time of financial crisis, I want to ask American taxpayers' money. Why you need to give so much aid to this country which is so far away from you and which is killing innocent children, women, to help them to finance war, to occupy neighbors' territories? I mean, where is this myth of victim? I mean, you have your troops on territory of other countries. You claim you want to create a great Armenia. Your president last week made a statement that he wants great Armenia. Hitler could do the same statement many decades ago, and he did. And this is the discourse of your president, of your leader. Every US congressman and every US senator, every US politician, we will make sure will get speech of your president, which was similar to the speech of Hitler. You are trying to claim territories, international recognized territories of your neighbors. Not one country, not just Azerbaijan, but also all neighboring countries. And your president is openly saying this. So, you are on the wrong path. Write some report to your president. Explain that he is on the wrong path. That will not work. We are living in the 21st century. You have to learn to become a more civilized nation. Well, you have politicians who shake hands with you soon will be forced by the opinion of wider American public to stop doing it, because you can't shake hands with terrorists, with leaders of the countries who occupy other countries' lands, kill innocent people, claim lands of neighboring countries. Shame on you!
Shame on you!
Out of Karabakh!
Out of Karabakh!
Out of Azerbaijan! Out of Karabakh!
Out of Karabakh!
Out of Azerbaijan!
Out of Azerbaijan!
Armenians make US taxpayers to fund their terrorist activities. Because the money which Armenian government would spend, on their education, on healthcare, they spend it on arms, they spend it on building up their military, to oppress neighbors, to occupy neighbors' lands.
Thanks to everyone for joining us for this. And we will finish with reading our petition to Armenian Ambassador Tatul Markaryan, and then we will deliver our petition to the embassy staff. And I'm going to read this petition, and please listen. Also, I ask Ambassador to listen. I know you're going to have a chance to look at this paper, but at the same time, I'm not sure whether it's going to end up in the wastebasket, but I think it would be better if you listen to this petition. Dear Ambassador Tatul Markaryan, we, Azerbaijani Americans, are holding this protest rally today to remind of the crimes the Armenian armed forces committed against innocent Azerbaijani civilians on February 25, 1992. On that day, the Armenian military units, supported by the Russian 366 Regiment, seized the town of Khojaly in Karabakh region of Azerbaijan and brutally massacred its inhabitants. As a result of this vicious attack, Armenia's efforts to murder and expel the ethnic Azerbaijani population of Karabakh resulted in the murder, rape, torture of almost 2,000 innocent civilians, including women, children, and elderly residents of Khojaly. This was the most atrocious of many violent actions taken by the Armenian government in its expansionist military campaign against Azerbaijani Republic. The town of Khojaly, having a population of 7,000 inhabitants prior to that vicious night, was burned to the ground and turned into a wasteland, as for many other Azerbaijani towns and villages in Karabakh, since Armenia had begun its campaign of scorched land and ethnic cleansing. Today, we demand that Armenian government accept responsibility for its war crimes against the innocent victims in Khojaly and other parts of Upper Karabakh, and justly compensate the survivors of this humanitarian tragedy and the families of those who perished. The Armenian government ceases its expansionist military campaign and immediately withdraws its troops from the territory of Azerbaijan. The people of Azerbaijan and Azerbaijanis around the world will never forget the Khojaly tragedy, and neither should the people and the government of Armenia. As a nation that claims to respect human rights and international law, Armenia has to stand by its obligations and abide by the UN resolutions number 822, 853, 874, and 884, calling for cessation of occupation of the territory of Azerbaijan by Armenia. We kindly ask that you deliver our message to the government of Armenia and call your government to give up the ethnic cleansing and illegal territorial expansion policies that has been pursued for the past decades.